Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be filming a beauty basics kind of beauty 101 video for you guys, and I'm just going to be kind of telling you about the basic beauty different types of makeup and what they're used for, how you could apply them, and just a little bit of basics here. You could be coming here if you're a beginner on makeup, or maybe you have been trying and attempting at makeup but maybe you're not really sure what a certain type of makeup product is used for, or maybe you're just starting out watching beauty videos or just getting into beauty. Whatever it may be, I'm just going to be trying to help you guys out here, and this is just kind of my knowledge of it, and if you guys want to leave any of your knowledge down below, you can, and if you have any questions or you're wondering what a certain term means, put comments down below. I'll try to answer them if I know what the answer is. If not, Google is always a good tool, and other beauty channels. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started and tell you guys, first of all, makeup products. So the first one I'm sure you guys have heard of a million times, foundation. Foundation is a liquid makeup, and it has more coverage, which means it will be covering up more of your imperfections on your face or whatever it may be that you're trying to cover up, rather than a BB cream, which is lighter coverage, which won't cover up everything, but it still is going to give you a little bit of, you know, maybe color or just a little bit of coverage, but smaller amounts rather than foundation, which is more. And you can apply foundation with a stippling brush. I'll put some images here. Stippling brush, you can do it with a little sponge, you can do it with your fingers, you can do it with a bunch of different kind of brushes. And then also concealer. And this is a makeup product where it is sometimes a lighter color if you're trying to cover up, you know, darker circles underneath your eyes, or a blemish, a pimple, you know, whatever it may be. You usually use concealer in those areas. Concealer can be in liquid form, it can be in powder form. Sometimes you can use both, you know, if you use the liquid form first and then you kind of use the powder to set it. Another makeup product would be bronzer. Bronzer is a darker color than your skin. It's usually like a darker brown, and bronzer is just used to give your face a little bit more of a glow, a natural glow, and some more color. And you can use bronzer and highlighter, which is another makeup product, and it is usually a light color, and it sometimes has a little bit of shimmer. Same with bronzer, it could have shimmer in it. And usually you apply bronzer to like kind of the apples of your cheeks like you would a blush, and the highlighter you usually apply right on your cheekbones, and the highlighter is kind of supposed to give you a little bit of a shine and a glow, and just kind of a natural product that's supposed to kind of bring out your face structure and cheekbones a little bit more. Okay, so those are some of the products. I'm sure you guys are familiar with eyeshadow. That goes on your eyelids, mascara on your eyelashes. What else is pretty simple here? Lipstick, anything on your lips, you know. But those are the ones that sometimes people ask about. And powder is sometimes used to set your foundation, which is again the liquid makeup. And sometimes people use the powder if they have an oily skin type, then that will help their skin to not be so oily, and it'll just help their skin to be matte. Which is another question people might ask. What does matte mean? And matte is kind of like the finish of your makeup, and matte is no shine. So you could say, I want a matte eyeshadow, and that just means no shimmer in it. And you could say, I want a matte finish to my foundation, and that means no shine. So it's kind of different depending on what product you're talking about. To do with matte, there's also dewy finish, and dewy finish is usually to do with your foundation, and I don't want to say it's a wet finish, but it's a little bit more shiny, but it's not like you just dumped your face in glitter or something like that, you know? It's just, it doesn't look oily or anything, but it's kind of a hard thing to explain. It's just the opposite of matte. That's kind of the only way I can explain it. Another term that people might ask about is dupes. What is a dupe? So if you're familiar with beauty videos, you've probably heard this term a lot. And a dupe is just kind of a very similar product to another high-end product. So if you had a NARS lipstick in a bright pink shade and you found another CoverGirl lipstick, and NARS is a high-end, CoverGirl is a drugstore brand. So those are dupes for each other if they're very similar shades or quality-wise or whatever it may be. So coverage I kind of hit on earlier, but the lower coverage you're going to have, the more of your natural face, no makeup face is going to be showing. The more coverage you have, the less blemishes are shown, the less imperfections are shown. And another word that people are maybe confused about would be contour. And from my knowledge of contouring, it's kind of like the Kim Kardashian, you know, you're trying to get the shadows right and the face structure right by using bronzer and highlighter. Usually if you're going to do the full face, people do it with liquid bronzer and liquid highlighter. But it's usually, you know, where you're putting highlighter and bronzer on certain parts of your face to kind of make it show the structure of your face and your bone structure and stuff like that. I'm not totally an expert on contouring. I've never really done it personally before, so if you want to know more about that, I would recommend looking online. A tool actually that a lot of people are not aware of is what a spoolie is. You know, it's kind of a weird term, but a spoolie is basically a brush, and it looks like almost a little a tip of a mascara, and it's in a brush, and you just use it dry without any product on it for the most part, depending on what you're using it for. But sometimes you can use it to get clumps out of your mascara and it's dry, or what a lot of people do is if they fill in their eyebrows, they will use the spoolie just to brush out their eyebrows, shape them, and get any of the excess product and make the coloring in their eyebrows even. Or maybe you might not even fill in your brows, you might just use the spoolie to brush them out and shape them. And then another term people are unaware of is fallout. So when it's usually referring to when you put on eyeshadow. So when you're putting on the eyeshadow, usually when it's not as high quality, you might get fallout underneath your eye area, and it's basically just some of the product falls underneath your face, you know. And so what I would recommend for fallout is just try to get, you know, a better quality brand, or maybe putting some Scotch tape underneath and taking it off afterwards so you don't get it on your makeup, or do your eye makeup first, then do your foundation or whatever you want to use. So those are all the terms and beauty basics that I have for this video for you guys. But if you have any questions or any recommendations, if you want me to do another separate video on some other terms or products or questions that you have about makeup, then just let me know in the comment section or whatever it may be, and I will try to answer your questions as best as I can, or even do a second video to this. So thank you guys so much for watching.